Okay. Um, so I've been feeling kind of okay recently. Um, I guess the past couple weeks I have had kind of a hard time at work with some stuff. Just like my boss has been kind of getting frustrated with me because I've been getting more responsibilities lately, and place. And that's what I've been worried about, is like I'm gonna get more responsibility, and then I'm gonna have to talk more, and it's gonna be more situations where people get frustrated with me. I did write a note, but I've lost it. Yeah, and then I just end up feeling stupid and bad about myself. Whenever I'm in a situation where I have to like talk, it never goes well. I think there's probably another place to put this. But last year, before I moved, I was feeling probably the worst I've ever felt. I think I started feeling depressed, and I've never been depressed before. I don't really know if what I felt was depression, but I know I just felt, which way am I supposed to go? And I want to go the other way. I think it wasn't like a severe depression, but like I just felt like intense apathy, I guess I would call it. And I never felt like suicidal, but maybe I mentioned this last week. I kind of felt like if there was a button in my house that I could push to just stop existing, I would have pushed it. Oh, I have the combination. Maybe I could talk more about it later. I'll listen to maybe some recordings I did last year and to remember like how I was feeling. I also remember I was eating lunch in my car in a parking lot, and like I almost, like I had trouble with like a piece of lettuce going down my throat or something, and I got anxious, like what would I do if I started choking in this parking lot? I'd have to like go out and go into the store or try to find somebody on the street to help me. And I was just I got like, I don't know, I was like stressed by that idea or something, that I was just like, I think if I started choking, I just would not do anything, just sit in the car and just pass out. So I've had that thought. That's I never said that out loud, but it's probably the saddest thing I've ever said. Because I've never really been in pain, like physical pain. So I have a fear of like pain. I'm not afraid of dying. I don't know why. I don't know. That's a tangent that I could talk about later. Ooh. What? Let's start over. I've never like broken a bone or I've never felt any real pain, so I guess that's why I'm afraid of it. What's the worst thing? I've never been stung by a bee or like bitten by like something that hurt a lot or grab him. So I'm afraid of like I don't want to choke because it's gonna hurt and it's not fun to not be able to breathe. But when I was in that car, I was just thinking like, what are you gonna do? If I start choking, I'm just gonna sit here. I guess I was thinking maybe I'll get out of the car and do the Heimlich on myself. But then I was like, no, I'll just sit here and pass out because that's kind of what I want anyway. So. I guess that counts as depression, right? If you have a thought like that. Don't turn around. Whoa. I've lost track of my timing. I have no idea how many episodes I've done. Yeah, I had kind of a bad couple weeks at work. I felt like every day I had to talk to my boss and we'd have some kind of misunderstanding because I didn't say what I was supposed to. And it's just been frustrating, and I just haven't been getting better, so but I don't know, he's the same as like what I talked about last week, those kids who didn't want to bully me. He seems to always be on my side. I guess just because I seem so sad whenever I'm wrong or I say something wrong. Maybe I apologize too much or yeah, I don't know. That was another note I had about how to apologize. or saying you're sorry, I've learned recently, like, I mean, I've learned that I've been, how do you say this? Well, I noticed when my dad would apologize, and I would feel like he would, when I lived at home, he would always, he cooked dinner, and then he would always, sometimes he would say, like, I'm sorry, like, he would make a hamburger and french fries or something, and he'd be like, I know it's not the best dinner, I'm sorry. And that always made me feel bad and almost angry that he was apologizing, because I felt like I never gave him a reason to apologize. Like I was it felt like he was acting like Cinderella, and I was a wicked, stepmother or something. And I felt like I never gave him a reason to feel that way, so it's not fair for him to say he's sorry. But also I never told him that, so let's throw this at the guy. That's not a good way to go. Those shadows don't make sense. Sorry. Try not to do it into the mic. Where do you come from? Shh. No. Switch. How do you switch? Oh. So I actually found at work it can be easier to apologize when you know you've done nothing wrong, which is something I just realized, which is strange. And when you know you've actually done something wrong, it can be hard to say, I really am sorry that I hurt you or whatever. It can be easy to be like, yeah, I'm sorry, whatever, when you don't mean it. Or when you know you did nothing wrong. What's he doing? It is hard for me to apologize when I know I've done something wrong. And just in general, I've actually been apologizing a lot less, because I feel like sometimes when you apologize, you make things a bigger deal, and like you're kind of putting that on the other person. Like if you say I'm sorry, the other person might be like, why are you apologizing? This isn't a big deal. Like, don't make me feel bad. So I have been, but then there are I still don't know when to apologize and when not to. it's hard to know. And I think I'm kind of hard on myself, so I feel like I should be apologizing all the time. Like, 'cause I do stuff wrong all the time. I was thinking maybe you should apologize when you can tell the other person is hurt, but not everybody's the same. Sometimes people don't act hurt when they really are hurt. Sometimes people act hurt and apologizing would still be bad. I don't know. I don't know what to do. That's where it came from. I don't remember at all.
Hey, it looks like there's a ladder inside this elevator.
Hold on, let me try that.
So I still really have no idea when to apologize, but I feel like it's better that I'm apologizing less than I used to. Because I had that kind of epiphany a couple years ago about like my dad apologizing and making me feel angry. That like he was putting that on me. Like I was making him apologize.